I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind.
Message!
Welcome. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Know Yourself Academy. It's your guy, Boro, the Lucky Libra here. And as you can see by the title, we're continuing the Moon Sign series and picking up today with the Scorpio Moon Sign. All right. Now, before we get into the whole shindig, let's see what celebrities, icons, some renowned names have a Scorpio moon, so we can get some, representations out there, some examples for us to see of these energies. We have Bob Marley's a Scorpio moon, Beyonce, Kylie Jenner, Snoop Dogg, Lady Gaga, Mark Zuckerberg, Nelson Mandela, The Weeknd, Jimmy Fallon. Just a few to wrap that up, you feel me? And let's dive into what is a moon sign first. All right, what is a moon sign? Your moon sign is how you react to the world that you live in. Your moon sign is your emotional nature. Your moon sign is how you deal with the feelings that you catch and how you process this. If your moon is in fire, water, earth, or air, you deal with the feelings differently. Entirely different ways depending on the element alone. All right, so that's what the moon sign represents. How you react to situations in your life, you feel me? The true you. Okay, your sun sign is the spaceship, the moon, the sign is the driver, all right? The inside, the internal. Now, let's talk about the Scorpio archetype, all right? Scorpio is fixed water, okay? Fixed water. So when we talk about fixed water, this is like an ice cube, okay? This is like a it's a contained, sealed type form of water, okay? So it's fixed, all right? It's not cardinal water like oceans in the wave, you feel me? The currents being created in the sea, and it's not Pisces water like far out swimming, imagination, broad horizon, swimming to the point of no return, all right? Swimming into your dream world, all right? So that's what Scorpio water is. It's fixed water, it's the deep water, all the way down, things that are staying there forever. They ain't moving down there. There's a certain, creatures, or not even creatures, certain, things on the depths of the land and the water that, been there for however long. That's talking about fixed. All right. Now, Scorpio's also ruled by Mars. All right. Scorpio's also ruled by Mars. Okay. It's co-ruled by Pluto. So we can't be saying Scorpios are ruled by Mars and Pluto. It don't work like that. Scorpio is ruled by Mars and co-ruled by Pluto. And the reason we're saying co-ruled, because Pluto is, at this point, Pluto, Neptune, and Uranus, excuse me, y'all. At this point, Pluto, Uranus, and Neptune are way farther out from where they used to be, within this realm. So the influence, it is hitting us differently than the influence Mars has when it resonates with the Scorpio house and the 8th house. This is way closer, okay? This is why Pluto only co-rules, all right? The energy that Pluto resonated in and found as a home or whatnot is in Scorpio, but just because distance-wise, it can only be a co-ruler, because you feel me? That influence is not distance-wise impacting as much as the Mars is. So Scorpio is the feminine side of Mars. Aries is the masculine side of Mars. We have to understand that, all right? And also with Uranus co-rules Aquarius. It does not. Saturn is the dominant ruler of Aquarius, okay? Saturn is the masculine version of Aquarius, is the masculine version of Saturn, and Capricorn is the feminine version of Saturn. But Uranus co-rules Aquarius, and the same with Neptune, all right? Neptune co-rules Pisces, okay? It does not rule Pisces. Pisces ruled by Jupiter. Pisces is the feminine side of Jupiter. Sagittarius is the masculine side of Jupiter, all right? And you could do that with Mercury, all right? Gemini is the masculine side of Mercury. Virgo is the feminine side of Mercury. You could do that with Venus. Libra is the masculine side of Venus, all right? Taurus is the feminine side of Venus. All right, guys? So that's how that works. Okay, but of course we're going to dive into the masculinity and femininity, sides of planets, the dark, light side, the negative, positive side, all the same thing. That's why we can't look at things as so-called, quote-unquote, negative, positive. It's just the balance. It's just the opposite energies. You feel me? Everything's perspective. But Scorpio is ruled by Mars, all right, guys? So what's Mars? Mars is your desires, your passions, your intentions, all right? Mars don't want to compromise with nobody. Mars wants to go straight through, dive right to his goals, get right to action, all right? We ain't even got that much time to think. We ain't even got that much time to write down a blueprint. We gotta go. We just gonna act and see what happens and get to these goals, all right? That's the Mars energy, all right? And then Scorpio's also co-ruled by Pluto. Pluto's dealing with transformation, all right? Pluto's is like a higher octave of Mars. So it's everything Mars is, desires, passions, transformation on a higher octave, all right? Pluto has more emphasis on transformation though, all right? Now, you put all that energy in the moon, all right? You put all that Scorpio energy in the moon. First off, the moon falls in Scorpio, guys. So whenever a planet is falls, we could say a planet is like sleep. But when a planet is sleep, that means, you know, think about when you're asleep. You play out things that you felt like you were never capable of doing, or things also seem like illusions. So whenever in your natal chart, whatever planets that you have sleep in a sign, that falls in a sign, that's gonna let you know what energies and areas of life that when you tap into that energy, sometimes you're gonna do things that you felt like you were never capable of doing. You know, you surprise yourself, and sometimes you're gonna create illusions. So that's something to look out for in your chart. All right, now, so that's how it plays out with, you know, the emotions and feelings of a Scorpio. All right, because the moon is sleep here. All right, so yeah, the moon deals with how we feel. But because it's sleep and then it's fixed water, Scorpio moons have a fixed way of dealing with their emotions and feelings. All right, they have a fixed way of dealing with it. And most of the time, like, everything runs deep with a Scorpio. So when you put all that passion, desire, you know, that the occult energy of moving behind the scenes and doing things behind the scenes and learning about things behind the scenes and moving in the dark, learning how to move in the dark, all right, secrecy, other people's resources and manipulation to whether it's a positive or a negative circumstance. When you put all the things in the moon, these are the things Scorpios are dealing with, emotions and feelings on the daily, all right? And that Mars energy makes Scorpios not want to feel vulnerable, because whenever we're talking about the moon energy, these are energies we hone in on. The moon is dealing with the feminine, and when we're talking about the feminine energy, this is receiving, okay? So your moon energy shows you the things you hone on, the feelings and emotions, the things that you soak in, all right? The waters that you soak in and you vibrate on. So when you have the moon here, when we get back to the moon being sleep, a lot of Scorpios, the emotions and feelings and certain things be so deep, and Scorpio moons can suppress these things so much to the point that it's like they really don't even want to deal with it. Like, they don't even want to go down there and deal with the feelings and emotions. Like I said, they have a fixed way of dealing with the emotions, feelings. So it's like a Scorpio moon, good luck trying to regardless of what type of emotional stability you provide them, all right, you know, this getting inside here, you're gonna have to do some work. You're gonna have to show yourself, show who you truly are, because I know it's gonna take me a minute for me to get there with you, to open up with you with my emotions and feelings, because I don't even like doing it with myself. So doing it with somebody else, shit, you gonna have to come correct, show who you are, show your emotions and feelings. You're gonna have to be vulnerable for me to take that step with you. This is a Scorpio moon. This is why their loyalty is also crazy, because, you know, they feel like the people that if you have a Scorpio moon that rocks with you, that like tells you things about their life and is vulnerable with you and opens up about personal issues like that, they might jump in front of a bullet for you, because that's not their stilo. That's not their stilo. All right, Scorpio moon is way more low key than the Scorpio sun. Best believe that. Best believe that, because it's the emotions and feelings. All right, guys, we have to understand with the moon and the sun. Remember, we're gonna keep reiterating this till we get it. The moon is who you are. The sun is how it look. All right. So with a Scorpio sun, they may not necessarily feel like being as secretive, feel like not dealing with the emotions and feelings the way Scorpio moon is, because that is their emotions and feelings. All right. So you can have a Scorpio sun, you know, with a certain moon they may not push out that energy as much that correlates to that Scorpio moon. Then you have a Scorpio moon that has a different sun, and you can see how this person may push that out through their emotions and feelings. Like, damn, they are way more closed than that Scorpio sun I know. They are way more, like, they don't be trying to be as vulnerable than that Scorpio sun I know. That Scorpio sun I know is kind of actually pretty expressive. That Scorpio sun I know is talks about their personal issues. Shit, I was surprised when they were Scorpio, because that's what it is. When you put it into the moon, these are the things we hone in on, how we feel. So a Scorpio moon feels like they don't need everybody in their shit. All right? I don't, like, once again, as a Scorpio moon, I'm not a Scorpio moon, I'm just hypothetically speaking. A Scorpio moon, they don't even want to deal with these things themselves, y'all gotta understand that. So things go deep with them. So if they go deep with you, they rocking with you, because they not even about to have somebody come in their circle and be in their surroundings and be able to pick up on them, on things close to them and in their personal life like that for no reason. No. But that's why the loyalty run deep. That's why these guys are able to manifest on both sides, positive and negative. You Scorpio moons have to be careful on the things that you're honing in on, because you guys can kind of hold grudges, you guys. But at the same time, because you're fixed water, when all fixed signs are dealing with consistency, all right, staying planted. So when you're fixed on the emotion and feeling, that's manifestation at its finest, because you're fixed on feeling a way about something. You're vibrating on something. You're reeling something from your subconscious into physical reality by staying fixed on the thoughts and emotion and feelings of that idea, of that thought, of that lifestyle, of whatever it is you want to manifest, that new job. You stay fixed on feeling and thinking about it. So as a Scorpio moon, you're already naturally fixed on your desires and passions, because Mars is here. So you guys can hold on to some of your passions, some of the things you want to accomplish for the longest. Now, talking about, putting in action and seeing things come into fruition depends on, your other angles hitting your moon and your sun sign and all that. But as far as your emotions and feelings, who you are, you're going to be fixed on a passion or a desire in some type of shape or form as a Scorpio moon, okay? But, you guys just gotta, it's tough for you Scorpio moons out there, I understand, because it's like sometimes it's so hard for you to deal with your emotions and feelings, and then it's like y'all not even the ones to really recommend go to therapy and whatnot, because it's like y'all don't even want it. That shit might not even help, because you probably not even gonna open up to the therapist about shit. So if a Scorpio moon don't have them friends around them, that one or two friend, that one or two relative or whatever that they know they could go to and just spill out whatever, you guys are gonna have to have some spiritual strength in this life to learn that, all right, I gotta create some healthy outlets for me to let out some emotional shit some time to time. Besides me, just going into, for the most part, Scorpio moons could just go into their own solitude, whether they gotta cry about some shit, whether they just gotta get in solitude and recharge. But Scorpio moons, continue to do that. Go in your own zone shit and recharge shit. I got a whole bunch of Scorpio energy. I relate to it. I understand that being so vulnerable with your personal life. I understand, opening yourself up and not letting people see your every move. I understand I relate to all that energy. So, I love my solitude, and, it really helps. Besides just having that solitude to recharge and whatnot, get some healthy outlets, whether it's yoga or meditations, anything to help you, channel these energies instead of keeping them so pinned down there to the point all these different situations, emotions, and feelings are getting pinned down in you. It's create all these past traumas, childlike traumas, all these things, which we all have. But, as a Scorpio moon, you can hold on to that shit a little longer, all right? And just like I said in the beginning of the video, when I said Scorpio moons, they manifest some crazy shit, is because you also gotta think about it, like with the moon sleep here, you're doing things sometimes when you take that step, when you have the courage to deal with some of these emotional feelings or open yourself up or get vulnerable, or within your emotions and feelings, or like try to mold part of your emotional nature to manifest or reach some type of positive circumstance in your life, you're gonna realize you're gonna be able to do some things or connect or manifest or create some of the things you never you didn't even think you were capable of doing, because you chose to dive into your feelings and emotions and deal with these things and embrace it and see these things for what it is. All right, and mold it and create what you want to create out of that, because we have to understand how to manipulate energy. We're all magicians. All right, so once you understand you got a negative, positive thought, whatever it is, you can mold that and create what you want to create with that. All right, they hating on you, that's free energy. Take that and I'm gonna use that for something. All right, so you Scorpio moons, you know, just keep them healthy outlets. Very loyal people. Shit, man. Scorpio moons, they gonna be like Scorpio moons have a lot of. I feel like Scorpio moons are very, very similar to Pisces suns in a way sometimes, as far as the aspect of being like listening ears and people you can vent to, you know, like Scorpio moon, because they feel like, you know, they don't be having that person, so they subconsciously they turn into that person for other people, you know. It's still didn't. At the end of the day, you guys gotta understand, even though the moon falls here, and there could be positive and negative things that come out of a fall. You know, people may feel so hyped up for having exaltations in their chart, but exaltations, you could exhaust yourself. So that could be negative too. It's not all positive. All right, you got to learn the moderation and balance of all these energies. But with a Scorpio moon, like you have to remember the moon is still in water. It's still in water, and the moon likes to be in water. It's dealing with some type of vibration, connection, or whatnot. Yeah, don't get along with Scorpio that much, but you know, there's gonna still be that sense of connection, emotion, and feeling there with Scorpio. Yeah, it's fixed. Yeah, they don't like even dealing with emotion and feeling themselves, but they are still emotional because their moon is in water. It's in that element, so they're dealing with emotions and feelings similar to a Cancer and Pisces moon in a different way, in a fixed way, and they're dealing with it in a cardinal mutable way, and that's what separates them. But y'all already know what it is, man. That's Scorpio moons to wrap it up. You feel me? Oh yeah, I also want to mention, like, you know, Scorpio moons also have like a real dope mystique to them. Like, you know, you're not gonna be just knowing everything about a Scorpio moon, even if they celebrities. And that's why, even if you look at the celebrities that I named in the beginning video, like even a star as big as Beyonce. Beyonce is a Scorpio moon. Like it's paparazzi everywhere she go, but to this day, I still feel like, you know, there's a lot about Beyonce we don't know. Like, not, like, obviously, yeah, we know she sells all these records, married Jay-Z, and but I don't know. Like, it's like, Beyonce not gonna be on social media and shit talking and all that the way an air sign like Cardi B is, or the way, like, there's a mystique and stealthy energy to the way you Scorpio moons move. And I rock with it. You feel me? But yeah, man, y'all already know what it is, man. Like, share, subscribe. We getting into the Sagittarius moon sign. The next video, the next episode. So make sure you tune in for that. But your guy Boro is out of here. Peace.